Don't call yourself an entrepreneur. I think entrepreneurship isn't a profession, it's a lifestyle. You're a person who really likes building products, probably. You're a person who's very quirky and curious, affecting millions of lives, inventing a new technology, doing something that no one else has done before, shocking the world.
The condition of entrepreneurship is just being a little insane.
That's what makes us, what is it, a club of crazies? Even if it's shaken, you still have that deep, unwavering belief that you can make it work, and there has to be a way through this problem, one way or another.
Hi, my name is Shadi Bazzi. I'm the pharmacy manager and business owner for Better Care Neighborhood Pharmacy in Hamtramck, Michigan. We've been in Hamtramck for 8 years, and I'm a small business owner, and I'm the pharmacist here. I've been working here every day since 2004. I opened the business. My greatest fear would be, can I make it? Is it something I can do it? Or would I have to give up and go back to where I came from and work for the big retail company forever? And maybe now my greatest fear would be is, can I keep going? And my business can keep going and support me and the 10 staff or the 10 employees I have working for me. Or I have to, lay off or cut down on my business, or for some reason, I lose my business license. That would be my greatest fear.
I think the biggest fear for an entrepreneur is a failure. The problem is, like, when you want to start something, you have a biggest fear is if that thing does not work and if you fail in it. So that the way to overcome on that is to make sure that you don't fail. And how you make sure that is that when you start something, enough knowledge and better practice is the one thing that can ensure that there is less and less failure chances. The second thing is for an entrepreneur, that when somebody gets into a business rather than having a job where you have a fixed income, and you come into business where you do not have a fixed income, then your fear is that how are you going to meet your expenses? So that fear is being overcome by reducing your expenses. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, the first thing you have to do is you have to limit your expense. So if you do not have an income, for say, that means you shouldn't hurt your business, because what people do, they start pulling the money out from the business to meet their personal expense. Stabilizing the business, I think, is the biggest challenge any entrepreneur has. It's a always changing environment where you have to adopt new things and change the policies every day to meet the needs of the market demand. So the biggest struggle is to understand what's next, and then create the policies accordingly and create the change to meet those demands.
Things you struggle with, regulation and rules by the government are there to regulate the business, but also you struggle with, you have to keep in check with these rules and regulations, and you have staff schedules and times. They can work, they cannot work, so always employees is an issue and something that any business owner will struggle with.
It's all about people, how you build a team, how you motivate them, but also how you challenge them and how comfortable you feel being challenged.
Companies aren't easy. They don't just get on a track and go cruising down it like a runaway train. Things get off track constantly.
Challenge with most startups is just dealing with the emotional ups and downs, which are like huge.
In my case, I never gave up. I was really confident and aggressive since the beginning, and things didn't just meet my expectations, it exceeded my expectations at the beginning when I opened, because I got a lot of my older customers and patients, and my business was really able to pick up very fast from the first year. Regarding failing in the business, so far I haven't had any major slowdowns or lose a business or anything that would make me fail or change my mind about the business. If it ever happens, what I would do to stand up, I would do the same thing I did the first year I opened, which is being confident and aggressive. I did it before, I can do it again, and that makes me more confident that I can do it this time.
Yes, I did actually. I did not give up, but I failed. And that is what it is that you learn from your mistakes. So if you failed one time, you should go back and look and see what was it that you did and what went wrong and what could have been done right. And that's and then when you look into something in the detail, you will see something which you have missed, and that gives you an encouragement to stand up and say, hey, I'm not gonna do this time. So that's the only way. I mean, if you not look back, you're probably not going to find anything, and you're probably not going to be able to stand up and say, okay, this is going to happen again. But if you look back, you will learn, and that's what it is, give you an encouragement to stand up.
I think the most important thing about running a company is to remember all the time what a company is. A company is simply a group of people, and as a leader of people, you have to be a great listener, you have to be a great motivator, you have to be very good at praising and looking for the best in people. People are no different from flowers. If you water flowers, they flourish. If you praise people, they flourish, and that's a critical attribute of a leader.
My only advice is you have to be confident and you have to be aggressive. So if you need something, you have to go grab it and you have to follow it, and you can do it. Don't have doubt, don't have fear, and I'm sure you're going to need support from family and friends and to help you succeed in this.